Maybe I can do something funky here, but a knight and a bishop are so horrible for trying to checkmate. I don't know, I think I just got to try and tear these to pieces and then push pawns. But this is horrible as well, just a total pass pawn in the middle of my section. The game is on. 3 second turns, 3 second turns, 3 second turns, Big Papa. 3 second turns. Why do we always take too long? These games, they always take too long. No, okay, this game is too good. I'm resigning. Alright, we're watching L. Okay. So New York are running the Sombra Echo Dive, which I thought people would run. Interestingly, running it with a Zen, but of course you would if you're running Jonak. Zen Brig, super viable, you just have to play fast. Like, you know, dive. And Hangzhou are playing Torb McCree, just trying to play a rush comp, but again, they don't have the Lucio, so I feel like New York will be able to win this. But let's see. It's all about approaching and getting a good hack target. That didn't seem like a very good approach for Animo. Animo and Mano both taking shit tons of damage there. It is hard to dive people when they're on this point because they have that little cubby to play inside of. Jonak is already up to his ult. How is he getting those kind of angles? I guess he's just getting it via healing mostly as well. He's the only healer that can do constant healing. Oh my god, Godspeed just destroyed Jonak as he peeked. That's really nice. This is a very closed-in map. It's much better for the Reinhardt compared to like Nepal Shrine or Nepal Village. I still think it's possible for New York to win. But playing the point, you're very well protected on this portion. Nice hack. That's a great hack. That's what they needed in the first fight, but they never found it. EMP. Nice EMP as well. Oh my god, Sasha destroyed Sibilby. And the rally was already going from IDK. Yeah, Hangzhou should win this. Although, they burned down Godspeed. Still, Sashin is basically a DPS on his own. Wow, they are pounding. The dive's actually really clean. Those bashes from Animo are nice as well. And they've got bashes from Libero. Wow. I'm kind of surprised that that went the way of Hangzhou. I thought the Sashin might still be able to clean some of that up. New York were collapsed on them incredibly well.
Exactly. I mean, it cannot be overstated how close they were to turning that. Sashin had grab, he was at 100 energy.
Double rally brig? Double rally doesn't actually do anything though, as far as I'm aware. The rally armor doesn't stack.
We're looking at, we're going into round 2 right now. Hangzhou Spark, 100% complete.
Okay, Sashin starts at 0% energy again. Hard to build energy against this comp.
They don't have an EMP or any sort of other initiation tool, so
He did it well in the previous fight, but he kind of kept it from that first one. So, let's see. Hangzhou are going to have to play the point at some point. They have to. It's the thing that their comp does so well is just control the under cubby. Probably shouldn't peek that, Libero. Probably shouldn't peek it. Okay, solo grab onto Sabiobi as well. It's fair enough. Jonak trances? Jonak uses Transcendence? When he's nowhere near Sabiobi and they've already lost Libero? What? I mean, I guess it's 84%. You're not in a great position to retake, but that's rough.
I feel like Bilby just looked back at Nene and the team house and gave him a knowing look after that solo grab connects and locks the Sombra out. And this looks like a done deal on this first round. They're just trying to stall here. Bilby has EMP.
Yeah, pretty nice play from the Hangzhou Spark. This is a proper little battle from last year as well. This is the 3rd place team versus the 4th place team. I think people always forget how good Hangzhou Spark were last year. They were really good. Nice work. Okay, good play. On the other 2 rounds of Busan,
So two unique things about what
I
Spark are
think
doing, and it's not
the dive is
unique,
better.
we have seen
Even
other
on
teams
mecha
that
base,
led to their success.
dive is better if you're in control of the point.
Better than some of the other teams is the running
Actually,
Zarya,
is
and
dive
Sasha
better
proves
here?
himself to be an incredibly gifted
Yeah, I think it is. I think even though it's such a big map, I think dive is better. Are the maps randomized for control point? Yeah, I think it is. I think so.
Yo GG on the chess I was super FK and nervous lol.
Oh, David's egg. Was that you? Nice. GG's, GG's. You rolled me. You rolled me. I'm very bad at Fisher Random. I don't understand it. I'm very bad at chess overall, actually. I've just learnt certain things very well. Like, I play a decent Sicilian and a decent London. But outside of that, I play a decent, like, I don't even know what the fucking thing, I don't even know what it's called. I think it's called, like, Queen's Pawn Defense or something. But yeah, outside of that, I'm pretty terrible. I've just learnt a bunch of, like, variations of the Sicilian and London. Or not learnt them, but just kind of slowly learnt them over time just by playing them, you know? I don't mean that I've studied them. How was the reaction to the Chengdu game? Just bafflingly poor from Seoul Dynasty. It really does. Someone in my chat said they look like they're coached by a random number generator, and I've got to agree. This map is huge. It is pretty difficult for New York to get good dives. I think New York would be better if Mano was playing ball. I think trying to approach on Winston is a fool's errand.
I don't think you can.
Clearly Mano did not learn from Jihoon Ball. Isn't Jihoon on London Spitfire? Large map equals reduce the threat of EMP. It also just means that it actually doesn't reduce the threat of EMP because the Hangzhou Sparks composition still has to play near to each other anyway. What it really does is just make it really difficult for Dive to approach before they use their movement abilities and approach without taking damage. That's a nice Bionade onto Gushui. They gotta finish him. Nice, they killed the lamp. Deadeye doesn't find anybody. Like, Adora and Godspeed can just do a lot of damage from long range before the New York players can actually get close to them to dive. I did think dive would be better here, but I think that New York are just finding it so difficult to approach without a Wrecking Ball.
Yeah, and Sasha gets to keep a large portion of this energy. He's going to be at like 45 or so when New York hits this next push, and he's going to go up to 100 during the fight.
Do you think that weird Dallas Ball comp would be good here? What the hell was the weird Dallas Ball comp? What are you guys talking about? Who are NYXL meant to dive? The McCree. You can dive the McCree and kill him pretty quickly. I mean, there is the lamp to worry about as well, but if you get a hack on the Torb, you can also dive Torb and kill him pretty quickly. If you get a hack on either of the supports, you can dive them as well. It really is about, like, they just got a hack on Adora, so they could try doing that. Nice Bionade as well onto Gushui and Adora. Oh, the Shatter didn't find anybody? Wait, what? How did that Shatter not find anybody? Did that Shatter get blocked by an ulting Libero? Did he block Shatter with ult? What? That doesn't make sense. Animo blocked it? Animo blocked it? And the Echo duped so she was just immortal anyway? Yeah, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. You can't dive anyone while having to stay out of turret line of sight, McCree flashbang and Zarya bubble. Yeah, it's tough for sure. It's tough. I think it's map dependent. I think the Echo Sombra definitely can win. against that comp, though.
Widowmaker, obviously, so you kind
What
of
is
have
this?
awkward
Bren
situation
Box.
where you've got this. I don't think we'll be able to see more Zarya outside control. We haven't really seen it from any other teams because you need to run Ryan with it. You don't
What
have
the
Burst now
fuck is this? Why didn't he sync it with the music?
Get the points locked down. I mean, collectively, just over 100% probably between the 2 rounds is what they netted for themselves.
Also, I was making pancakes. Damn, I need to make some pancakes sometimes. What's happening? I don't know. He was trying to give birth to himself through a box, I guess.
Back in their court, and we come back for the break from map number 2.
Any casting tips? I'm casting my first ever tournament today. I'm pretty nervous and could use a few key tips.
America's largest 5G network. Switch to T-Mobile today. And by station, auto, home, or rental.
I mean, that's like saying, any tips on playing Overwatch? I'm playing my first game today. Have you got any tips? There's so much that goes into it. I mean, try and be conscious about some of the biggest things that bad casters do. Adding too many words in. Like, just speak as you would as a normal person. Don't say things like, okay, now we're watching Sabiobli as he moves forward, and now he moves towards the right-hand side, and it looks like that he's in a decent position, but now, like a lot of people say now, or we're watching, or at the moment, or instead of saying Sabiobli EMPs, they'll say something like, and Sabiobli does EMP, and Sabiobli does use the EMP, instead of just use simple vocabulary. Like, just use simple word structure. Oh, Sideshow, you're a color commentator? Name all the colors. Alright, cutter of cookies. Red, blue, green. Every other color's made up from them. Mic drop, bitch. Those are all the 3 colors. Every other color is a lie. A fucking lie. Yellow, bitch. Green isn't a primary color? What the fuck are you talking about? Papega clap, it's red, blue, yellow? Are you guys talking about painting? Are you guys talking about painting? Are you guys talking about pigmentation? Are you guys fucking dumb? You think yellow is a primary color? Chat, come on. Yellow is a primary color if you're in art class. If you're talking about the way that light combines, as in how we perceive colors, then it's red, blue, green. When you create colors via light on a monitor or anything like that, you use a blend of red, blue, and green. You don't use yellow. We're not talking about pigments here.
Today, on Busan, taking it 2-0. NYXL just couldn't really figure out.
RGB overrated. RBY is new meta. We perceive colors from paint by light reflecting off the paint. Right, but that's pigmentation. That's because when you blend the pigments together, the light reflects differently. But if you combine the light, then it's red, blue, green. So, unless your motherfuckers are like fucking Leonardo da Vinci in the chat and you're just whipping up paintings all the time, like Bob Ross motherfuckers with hair more crazy than mine, then shut your mouth. CMYK is better? No. very poor. Very poor.
Then also IDK's
Pink is an imaginary color.
Canada Temple of Anubis, which is our next map. I don't think they can run the Zarya here. Maybe
Yeah, I've heard of that
that's a
before.
really-
It's like a...
that's a really big
It's an
switch. I don't think they're trying to
artificial...
run that, but
It's like an artificial blending of the red and the blue ends of the spectrum or something like that, right? Magenta.
different map types. I know I say that a lot after Control. You and I both are like, well, it's Control. You never know, but
Minus green.
I truly believe
But
that running
but how can a color be imaginary?
mobility is going to give you problems alone.
There's no pink light.
Showing it, but they're also
Yeah,
showing
your
good
brain just perceives it as pink,
definitely a
right?
lot of room
There's no wavelength for pink light.
as far as this composition is concerned. So we'll see what they
Your
line
brain
up
just
finally,
perceives
but
the
I
lack
think
of
ultimately
green
it is
to
looking
be
like
pink.
Godspeed with this
Is that right?
guy
Something
has
like
been
that?
incredible throughout his entire career. Kind of
Yeah.
slinked by, I think, in his debut season, last season, 2019.
Oh, certainly.
To be...
But,
That's interesting.
he is
I mean, Rene Descartes said, I think, therefore I am. That's a very active version of to be is to be perceived. I think to be perceived is not necessarily to be. That implies that every every perception you have is reality.
And coming through this choke point, even if you have a comp like this, it's just so difficult to do. So
I think that's interesting in some sense, but I don't think it really carries in a lot of ways. It's your reality? That's very wishy-washy. I mean, I could believe that I had perceived something, and does that make it happen? I mean, as far as I'm aware, that was my reality. There's no difference to me between believing I perceived something and perceiving something. But that doesn't mean that it was.
Yeah, you're talking about limited mobility with this Zarya, so looking to solve it as Sashin is
Okay, anyway, let's have a look at this. So, Hangzhou are on the attack. They're running this anti-dive composition, and New York are running the dive on defense. I think that New York's comp should be pretty powerful because they can just keep rotating people down onto the point and they'll have ults. So like Mano's now got the nano boost and he's about to pop his primal probably as well if needed. And the ults are just better for New York, like they can win this by EMPing at some point as well as maybe getting a kill with the primal. But it does rely on New York not really making many mistakes. Ghidorah's pretty weak right now. IDK's getting up to a soundbar though. I don't know. Oh, Sabi Orbeez running into the turret. You need to prioritize the turret before you go for a play like that. That's a big mistake. This is quite similar to some of the compositions that were played in 2018. The dive kind of defenses with the Sombra and the Echo, letting people onto the point and then just kind of ping-ponging the tanks on to be able to contest and waiting for their ults. Ooh, yep, they're going to be able to get back in as well. Because they control the high ground. There's no way that Hangzhou can ever control the high ground. This is still a win for Hangzhou though. Maybe? I think it is, but the rally honestly could turn things. Oh my god, it is. The rally's turning things. Holy shit. At 99.5%, the rally turns it. And Jonak, fucking hell. IDK needs to get him down off that high ground. Hopper did a great job at supporting Jonak when he got pressured though. I wonder if maybe Bebe can help contest high grounds as Batiste. Maybe Bebe and IDK should go and challenge Jonak once Hangzhou are on the point. It's always really interesting, these kind of games though, where you have two totally different styles of Overwatch going against each other. These are my favourite games to watch. Okay, the bomb goes in. Where did it go? Okay, gave Sashin 50%, didn't really do too much else. Ooh, Animo dies though. Ah, Jonak as well. Nice shot from Godsby. Great shot. Jonak being able to stay up on that high ground was a huge reason that New York were able to win the previous fight. That's a great defensive point A from New York. Great point A defense. They were nearly able to take that into overtime. I mean, they were literally able to take it into overtime, but I mean, they had an opportunity to win. If Jonak hadn't been headshot there, I think they might have even been able to win, even though Animo died early in the fight. It's such a slow composition with good ults. Nice from Jonak, huh? How the hell did he manage to get a pick on Godsby? I think that's just spam as he comes in. Libero transforms into a Reinhardt, attempting to give Gouchway the pummel. The sound barrier was used by IDK. And New York are going to win this. But is IDK happy trading his sound barrier for EMP? I don't think so. Then again, if IDK never uses the beat there, then New York are just going to win that fight anyway, even without using the EMP. So, I mean, at least you force it out. Oh, he's swapping over to the Brig as well, which I think is a good play. So, yeah, quite nice, really.
And suddenly, for the first time, and I feel like in this, obviously only 2 maps so far series, Hangzhou look vulnerable. This comp looks beatable, even though it's quote-unquote the counter comp to what New York is running. New York is playing this patiently, and they're taking a lot of these fights and flank angles that are forcing Hangzhou to not be able to fight where they want to, which is on the point.
Primal could do a little bit of work here by Mano. There's a lot of spam as they come in. Sebiobi at 60%, Jonak's nearly got a nano. New York basically get a free primal and nano every time Hangzhou push. Just because this rush comp takes so long to be able to get into position. Wow, that's a nice kill on Animo though. Oh, New York got fucked there. They nanoed the Echo Reinhardt. Oh my god, and Libero just gave them the business. What the fuck? Okay, they're gonna EMP this here. Ooh, nice EMP. The slam. This is good. This is a good dive. Dive. That's nice. That's nice. And you can see here that Hangzhou just can't play fast enough into New York. They can't pin people down. Isashin might be able to turn this. He's so high energy. No, no one was able. Oh, someone was able to touch, actually. They've got someone on the point. Sashin's grab could work. No, probably not. Not with Godspeed dead. Godspeed's kind of the clutch player they need to be able to stay alive. Sashin has killed Libero, though. Nah, they're too weak. They're too weak. It was a valiant effort by Sashin. His Zarya looked pretty good, but... Nope, not gonna happen. I love this comp. I really love dive being played at a high level. I think it's great. I think most of the time it doesn't work, but this comes back to this like central thesis that I've been trying to get through to people, which is that rush comps are only good if they have speed and CC. Like, you need to be able to CC one of the dive heroes in order to pin them down. Like, this rush comp has no Lucio and it has no CC. I mean, yeah, it has flashbang, but you can't fucking run at people and flashbang them. That's not good CC. I mean CC like a Mei wall, Mei slow, that kind of stuff, to actually single out a target. If you don't have CC and Lucio, your comp can be countered by dive. So that's why I would like to see them try and really focus on single target CC, long range, easy, single target CC or isolation, and try and tone that back as much as possible, and you will stop seeing brawly comps as much, and you'll see more poke, more dive, and a little bit of brawl still played.
Yeah, I mean, most people who watch the Overwatch
Just remove May from the game. They can take high ground so easily and just pick off Spark one by one. Yeah. Yeah. But that's cool, right? It's cool to have different compositions that have different strengths. Because if New York make a mistake, they still lose. Like, if New York feed, they are, like, even if they fuck up once, like, if one of their tanks dies, they've lost the whole push. So it's still high risk to play dive comps. It just can completely outplay a brawl comp if they don't have the CC for it, to be able to just lock somebody down. And it's map dependent, of course. My audio, I think, is desynced. Okay, so New York have got to take the high ground. Ashe is pretty good here, I think. I think Ashe is definitely better than the McCree. The McCree would just get fucking dumpstered. At least Godsby has some opportunity to use his coach gun, get around the map, hit some big shots. That's a great pick on Libero. Godsby is so good. I noticed that someone posted on Reddit recently, like, get Godsby a new DPS partner or something. There was like a hashtag, get Godsby a new partner. I don't know, something like that. Godsby is legitimately one of the most talented DPS players in the league, I think. He's a very hard carry DPS player on the Hangzhou Spark. Does not get that much credit, but I think he's starting to get credit. If they got Haxal, if they got Godsby and Haxal, this team would fuck. They'd actually be like Baby Bay levels of fucking at 7 AM. They'd be waking people up, just slamming the bed against the wall. Just the echoing pounding of butt cheeks every time they took to the stage. People would have to sign consent forms at the beginning of the game. Libero again on the Rhine. Libero is dumpstering people on this Rhine whenever he pops over to them. Remember when Spark had a lower win rate with EMP than without? Fantastic. Spark wasted a bunch of ults? I don't know. The Torbolt's worth investing. I think Sabiobi has an opportunity here to just roll it forwards, and maybe you would like that Torbolt for point B, but I don't know. I think that they can still win this with Rally. Rally is so good. Animo is going to rally here and engage, trying to bait the rally out of IDK. IDK held it and got EMP'd and then got bombed and died. That's pretty huge. Mano and Hopper both got shattered and then fluxed. I think that's going to do it. The shatter flux was just a bit too much. Even though they're getting kills here, Hopper and Animo are both dead. I don't know whether New York really have the finishing power to be able to kill all of these guys and the spawners coming out. I just don't think it's going to happen. Maybe. They only need one tick. Oh my god. Godsby. Godsby. Fucks. Oh. Oh. It's 4:44 AM right now. Nearly 5 AM. Do you think any trades will be happening between teams soon? Not talking about free agents like Titans. Probably not, because visa's really difficult to be able to get right now. Like, trading people between team houses is just not feasible because of COVID. It doesn't seem likely. Not for another few months. Maybe not this season. Okay. They've got to be concerned about the Torbolt here, but Libero could go over to the Reinhardt and just try and slap people around. The rally might also be good if he can turn into a brig. He might try and go for the brig here. Is he going to go for the Rhine? He has been copying the Rhine a lot. Yep. Just pins him, fucking demolishes him. That's absolutely worth. Absolutely worth. Uses his ult for one kill. But New York just don't have the rest of their ults up to be able to really work with. Sabio was about to get EMP, but again, I don't know whether this is enough. They really need a bigger ult bank to be able to work with here, I think. Oh, Sashin dies again. They've got EMP. This is maybe winnable. Now they've got a pick and EMP. Only one man EMP. Hangzhou did a great job of kiting that. But they C9.
They're not able to get back on.
I said they did a great job of kiting the EMP, but they didn't get back on the point.
Give credit
They did do an amazing job of kiting the EMP,
because even though
but they all ran away from the EMP and they ran off the point.
someone should have stayed in touch.
They knew that EMP was coming. They fucking knew it. And they all scattered like cockroaches. But cockroaches are not very good at contesting points.
Moment, Hangzhou Sparks
Oh, they did too good of a job.
because those last few fights were gone.
Oh, they did too good of a job dodging the EMP.
Well, it wasn't even a good EMP. Like we all avoided it, but because they avoided it,
Oh shit. The threat of the EMP is better than getting a massive EMP. Showfall was right. 0-man EMPs are the most optimal. Showfall was right.
I have to say, we're seeing
I'm going to refresh my stream here because my audio is delayed.
how far you can go away from the.
Ah, okay. It's 1-1 in this game.
Becoming the norm.
This is a great series. This is a great series. And I enjoy the fact
Yeah, well,
that
tied up
one of the
1-1
teams is
in the
trying
first
brawl
half,
comps.
so, does anybody
Because I have a feeling that North America will play brawl comps.
map number 3, we
I think North America will play Rhine Sigma,
brain farted because of the them getting off the point.
Our
We're gonna
game
have a
maybe
halftime
Torb
break.
McCree,
We're gonna have a game break coming up in just a few minutes.
maybe like Echo McCree,
The Overwatch League is
or
brought
maybe
to you by
Echo Ash.
NYXL Gaming, the official chair supplier of the Overwatch League.
Why do I think Sashin is playing instead of Rhea? I think it's probably because Sashin has a better Zarya. Sashin is actually a DPS player that sometimes plays off tank. And I mean, I guess you could say that he splits time between DPS and off tank. And so he's really good at like the Hog, the Zarya, the kind of roles that are more to do with damage dealing rather than off tank play. But Rhea is definitely the main diva player, and normally the main Sigma player as well. Both teams are playing well. Yeah, this is a good game. This is a good game. Hosgart, thank you. To be streaming at 4:45 AM is really appreciated from all your subs on Twitch, says someone who is not a sub on Twitch. Listen, I've seen all of those clickbait clips of the streamers who are trying to make it big time, and they're like supposed to be really angry at their chat, and they're like, "Why the fuck are you not subbed? Listen, you not being subbed to me is just a sign of disrespect." Have you guys seen these clips going around of like the streamers who are just who was the most recent one? Someone called like Bionic Bunny or Coco Bunny or something. They're not entitled though. That's the thing. They do it deliberately because they know that people write articles about it. They do it deliberately. They fucking they have like a persona of being rude to their chat, and their chat know, and their chat are like in on the joke, and then they do something where they're like, "Fuck you guys. You guys in chat, all of your lives are worth less than mine. Like, I know that every life has value, but mine has like way more value than you guys. And if you don't sub, you have even less value. Like, why the fuck am I even streaming if I'm just gonna do it for free? You guys need to give me money." Like, that's the kind of shit. But they do that deliberately in order to get it made into a clip, in order to get it pasted all over Twitter and all over fucking the news sites, so that people will tune into their stream. Clip it out of context. Fuck you guys. Fuck you. And it really works. It works. Because some people enjoy streamers that are rude. Because they enjoy like people that play characters that are mean. You know? Hosgard, thank you for the Twitch Prime. And this entire discussion was just a play to get $2.49 from that guy. Owned, to be honest. Scammed Hosgard. Scammed him. Scamazed. Thank you for the sub. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub, Hosgard. Clemikazi, thank you for the 2 months of Twitch Prime as well. And Neko Memester, thank you for the 3 months. Osher Watt, thank you for the Twitch Prime 26 minutes ago that I don't think I ever called out. And Queely as well for the 2 months. Queely says, will we see Ryan Zarya in North America? I think we're more likely to see Ryan Sigma in North America. Who has more subs, you or Bren? I don't know how many subs Bren has. I would assume me, but I don't know. Pestu! Thank you for the Twitch Prime. Thank you very much. I like it when you abuse me, Daddy. Do you? Do you, you naughty little chap? I actually don't know whether you're a guy or a girl. I was going to say naughty little boy, and then I thought, that sounds fucking disgusting. I'm not saying that. You know what? I'm not into dirty talk with my chat. It made me feel sick just doing it there for a second, even as a joke. I'm not into that. I'm really not into that. Like, it kind of hit me just then that probably a reasonable portion of my chat is under the age of 18 as well. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. Even as a joke. Our relationship just isn't there yet. Yeah. Yeah. I'm turning 20. I'm actually always surprised at how... I was going to say mature, but that sounds... It either sounds like you're a cheese or I'm trying to rate your personality. But what I mean is old. I'm always surprised that the age of Twitch is getting older. And I don't know why I'm surprised about that, because of course it is. People grow older. And it's not like people get sick of playing video games when they get into their mid-20s. But I think most of my viewers are like early 20s. I think that's my average. I wonder if there's a statistic somewhere, actually. In between this map break, I'm going to try and look at my Twitch dashboard and see if there's some statistics for how old you all are. Let's see. Insights. Let's see. So, let's start at the beginning of 2019. So from January 1st, 2019 to 16th of May, 2020. I can't see any viewer info. Why can't I see any viewer info? I can see where my viewers came from, but I can't. Where did the rest of these stats go? I thought I had details. People lie so they can watch 18 plus streams, but there aren't any. What do you mean? Oh, like when it's... Wait, do you actually have to be 18 plus to watch those? I thought it just said it's recommended for more mature audiences. I don't think you have to... I don't think your Twitch account has to be over 18 to watch. I think you just have to click a button being like, yep, don't worry, I'm happy to watch it. You have to take a picture of your birth certificate to talk in chat. Yeah, I thought so. Yep, I thought so. Okay, where is... Bro, that's actually bananas. I didn't realize how much money I've made on Twitch in the last year and a bit. What the fuck? Is that real? Holy mother of God. It just goes into my bank account. I don't keep track of it. Twitch is a very well monetized site. I feel like people don't talk about that very much. But Twitch is so efficient at getting money out of users. And I don't want to treat you guys like cattle for a second. But just imagine like yourselves as faceless consumers. Twitch is amazing at being able to get money out of viewers in a way that I've never seen before on any other website. Like, I would not really consider donating money to a YouTuber, but I would sub to somebody on Twitch. Like, and signing up for someone's Patreon, in my opinion, is like really hardcore support. But subbing to them on Twitch isn't. Like, what's Twitch done to my brain to make me feel that way? it doesn't make sense, but it feels like that, right? Like, it feels like it's expected, or at least understood to be normal, and it feels like you're making more of a connection with the person, I think, because they're live. Live content does feel realer. I mean, it is realer, right? There's no editing. It is literally realer. Like, if I fuck up and say something stupid, you can all clip it and ruin my career. There's a larger risk. There is more content. You can ask questions directly. Never sub, never donated, ad block on, stolen laptop, neighbors Wi-Fi, free entertainment. Sick, thanks. And Twitch Prime, true. There's more of a sense of community between the viewers. Yeah, I would definitely say that. Definitely say that. But also, like, even someone who does a live show on TV, if you do a live TV show, even if they're doing like a call-in show, you know, like those live talk shows where they have call-ins, or like a radio, like a radio that does call-ins and communicates with their viewers constantly. If they asked you to donate $5 to keep the radio station going, I don't think most people would. You know, I think it'd be much rarer than people subbing, because it feels scripted equals less real. Yeah, there's no chat though. Yeah, but you can keep throwing up reasons, and I think the reasons are valid, but I just think it bears thinking about every now and then, that Twitch have done such an enormous job to normalize monetary financial support to a large degree, like a large amount of money that you make on Twitch if you're a decent Twitch streamer. That's kind of bonkers. Anyway, the game's on. Okay. So Hangzhou are running offensive Widowmaker, which is quite interesting. It forces New York to play very aggressive. I do quite like the Widowmaker here when it's not paired with the Genji and on defense. Widow on defense is much more vulnerable. But Widow on offense, you force the defense to be more aggressive into you, and you can peel much more easily because you have more space. So they're kind of just baiting the tanks in, and they're playing anti-dive, really. They're baiting the New York tanks in onto Godsby. They're using Godsby as bait, and then their idea is to just kill the whole of the rest of New York XL. This is kind of wonderful. I really like this strat. But New York are still turning it. That was close. That definitely could have gone the way of Hangzhou there. But I think once you got the original pick, you can't commit to a fight in server room because Jonak just has direct sightlines in there, and he's going to contribute massively. We get to see Gushui Winston? Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Wow, that's such a deep dive. Holy fuck. That was really nicely set up. They had no idea that Mano was diving in there until Sebiobi had already EMP'd. And they just got melted. Absolutely melted. And they've ticked 2 minutes off the clock with only 2 fights. Dive is a fairly slow composition. It's like slow, 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 snap, and then suddenly it's really fast. Okay. Godsby and Animals, they're gonna try and stop Godsby from getting position in server room, but that allows Godsby position on blue, and that's gonna allow the payload to push. I think Godsby should go up kind of towards their spawn. Wow, they killed Godsby so quickly. They got Discord Orb on him, and Libero fucking pooed on him. That laser beam just ends people's lives. I like the idea from Hangzhou, but Godsby needs to be able to stay alive for at least a little bit if they want to be able to use him as bait. And New Yorker, I think that New York, when they were playing at their peak in 2018, Gibraltar was their best map. Gibraltar, they were just superb at point A. Offenses, defenses, the sightlines they set up, the places they put Jonak in for the cross angles were just amazing. Godsby has now swapped over to Sombra. I think this is too late. I think this is too late. But hey ho, you gotta try, haven't you? It's better than staying on the Widowmaker. Oh, baby dies immediately. He didn't use the trance with 20 seconds left when he was getting dived on. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hangzhou could benefit from having NYXL. Sure, it would make a huge difference. But they could also benefit from having Twilight on this team, I think. I think Bebe's the second weakest player. Why is Sashin playing Diva? So many ults. This almost seems unlosable for New York. Just seems unlosable. They're struggling to kill IDK though. Okay, no. This is fine, unless Adora can clutch in some ridiculous manner, but I just don't see how he could. He had the ult there and he didn't even use it. Was he hacked? I don't think he was. What do I think about Gesture? I think Gesture's Winston and Orisa are really, really good. I think his Rhine has improved massively, but still I would rather run Marvel in that situation. I don't think Gesture's a problem by any means, but I think that Seoul have major problems with playing Reinhardt-centric compositions, and I would like to see them run Marvel and build kind of a different roster for playing Rush. Coldest is good, but integration takes so long for some reason. Oh well, yeah, because he speaks Mandarin, right? Yeah, I actually forgot that Coldest was on this roster. Coldest is good. Coldest is very good. But yeah, flex support is a very communication-heavy role. So, I don't know whether Coldest will play anytime this year. Why does Seoul still look lost when they have top 5 players on all positions? I don't think they do when they play Reinhardt-centric comps. I mean, they don't have a top 5 Rhine, they don't have a top 5... I mean, they do have a top 5 Rhine if they run Marvel, but they're not. So they don't have a top 5 Rhine, they don't have a top 5 Diva. They don't have a top 5 main support until Slime gets back in. And when they're playing like Echo compositions, I don't think they have a top 5 Echo by any means. Oh. You look exhausted? I've been streaming for 13.5 hours. No shit. I'm just looking forward to bed at this point. I don't agree with the Spark defense. I prefer dive here just because of the high ground. Yeah, I think that dive is better on Gibraltar. I think that I think the New York's composition is just the best comp for Gibraltar point A defense in this meta. But Hangzhou are just going to try and hold it. They have to full hold, so they're just going for this comp because it's like a full hold comp. You either full hold or you fucking feed. So they're going to try and cycle ults by getting this EMP. And they have the Torb and they have double shield holding underneath. This is going to be hard to break for New York until they get a big buy on aid and EMP. But if they fail either of those, then Hangzhou could still win this. And Sabiobi's also going to find it very hard to build a fast EMP because they're holding in a tiny little area with double shield. Whereas Godsby's going to build EMPs. Like, Godsby building EMPs twice as quickly as Sabiobi does not surprise me given the situation. Does not surprise me. Adora dying is a big problem. But I don't think it's going to be that big of a problem. It's a problem, but it's not a big problem because they have EMP. If Gushue dies, though, this is catastrophic. They can't afford, really, to lose anybody else. They have to invest ults. Oh, they duplicated. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Oh no, it does work. Sashin and IDK have both died. This is the end. This is the end. It's the end. Libero's pounding. Libero has fucking pounded. Do you guys think Libero's played better than Fleta today? It's so weird. Like, I feel like Fleta's echo mechanics were amazing, but Libero's ults have been god tier. You know what I mean? Like, Libero has clutched so hard with his ults, but Fletter's just default echo play was awesome. So I can't really decide who the better echo was today. This is a nice re-engage from Hangzhou. The rally was so powerful there. This is super winnable for Hangzhou still. Alt cycle still online. EMP, Koom, super possible. That was such a nice retake from Hangzhou.
But if things go badly here, we could see a total reversal. Did not expect this.
Cannot afford for the Sigma to die there. EMP from Godsby might not really catch very much. Yeah, IDK and Baby are both down. This is going to be so hard. They need some sick play here. EMP does find 4. Jonak has 1 HP. He dies. Godsby. I mean, unless Adora can just clutch, this is donezo, right? Yeah, there's no chance. It was a nice try by Hangzhou, though. I think they made the right call running the rush comp on defense there because they had to full hold. But otherwise, I don't think it's the right play. Okay, Spark, 2-1 down. Not too bad, though. Pretty decent. They're playing Ana Zen. Yeah, I think Ana Zen's pretty good. I think Ana Zen's pretty good on offense there. Because you put Jonak in good positions and you have the dive constantly. Like, you would normally play the Brig, but you just want to take angles. You don't really want to... You don't want to engage against the rush comp, so... This has been a really good game so far. More proof that Widow is a throw pick in current year. I think Widow is highly map dependent and meta dependent. I think that May Widowmaker was really powerful earlier on in the year. I think that May Widowmaker is still really powerful on maps like Junkertown. I think that Widowmaker in general is amazing on Junkertown. I think that Widow can be played on certain points of, like, maybe you could get use out of her on some meta in Busan. But yeah, Widow was not particularly effective here. I don't think that the plan was bad, though, from Hangzhou to put Godsby on the Widowmaker. Because there's the potential that he just finds a 6-shot and breaks that hold completely. It only takes 1 kill. If he gets 1 kill on either of the supports, that's done. And also, you are forcing NYXL on the defense to dive him, which makes their tanks really predictable and you can counter dive quite easily. So, New York are running dive, Hangzhou are running dive to defend with as well. I thought that this would be the meta on Blizzard World. Okay. New York have approached pretty well.
Struggling with some low HP bars, so a second tick now going to be snatched up. When will they step forward? Finally do start blocking that.
Hangzhou need to land these bio nades and they need a nano boost because otherwise their comp just has more healing, but it's just worse at dive because they don't have the Discord orb and the damage from the Zen, of which Jonak provides a lot. So they fucked up their engage with the Bionade and the Nano Boost, so now Hangzhou will say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. I think in the mirror, Zen Brig is almost certainly better. But arguably the Ana Brig is a bit more versatile against multiple comps. Jonak fragging again, just wait for the 30% damage boost orb. Holy shit, yeah. 30% Discord orb. Can you imagine? It's back, baby. They just win that point because Sabiobi got his EMP faster and used it faster? No. It's not the whole reason. They had massive positional advantage right from the beginning, before the EMP even came in. I mean, it was certainly a one reason. but I don't think it was the main reason.
Still using the EMP. Caught Jonak.
Even if they hadn't EMP'd, Hangzhou were already losing that fight. The only way that Hangzhou won that fight at the end is if Godsby actually got his EMP off quicker than Sabiobi. If they'd both been even, then New York was still winning. And you can see the Baby swapped over to the Zen as well. He knows that they just got fucking ruined because they didn't have a Discord open. Zen pressure and poke that time. God, what an outrageous amount of damage that beam does. Libero just a bit too far away.
Yeah, it's not over yet. Hangzhou hanging on here. Godspeed just narrowly ahead right now in his next EMP, and this is going to be really important because Jonak obviously has
EMPs could definitely make the difference here. Baby's pretty close to his trance as well.
where Hangzhou can win this fight if they play it aggressively. They have to step forward though. They have to take the fight to New
Oh,
York.
Mano
Rallies out for
getting
Mano.
pressured. So weak, Gushui and Sashin. Did Godspeed only EMP Animo after he had used Rally? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Still super winnable for Hangzhou though. They get good spawns.
This is the big, yeah, this is the big pendulum swing though, because the closer you get to B, the longer you have on the respawns, or rather on the runbacks with respawn, and yeah, it does survive there.
I think New York should be in a great position to win this next fight with their EMP. Shifter TF2, thank you very much for the 35 months. Crapped my jorts. I've never owned a pair of jorts. I feel like I should chop one of my jeans short to make some jorts. They're in, right? Are they going to break his translocator and try and kill him? Weirdly, no. Libero copied Godspeed. And they're going for double EMP? Why?
Still does manage to get that transcendence off. Dora, however, cannot survive through that self-destruct, so Hotba finds one. Godspeed with his EMP manages to catch 5.
What?
He's gonna be the first
Why would Libero copy the Sombra to EMP if Sabiobi's just going to EMP afterwards anyway? Just to ensure that you EMP all 5 players that aren't being that are just being transcended? The value there is so low. Just copy the Winston and just use one EMP. You'd fucking roll. To force trance? But if you force trance with the first EMP, the second EMP doesn't get much value because you already forced trance. It's not like they waited for trance to wear off. I don't know what the fuck was going on there. I don't think New York knew what the fuck was going on. Echo players seem to have the mentality of EMP equals win still. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I guess you ensure that you get a good EMP off, but I don't think that's worth it. I feel like Echo ult should be worth more than just make sure our Sombra doesn't fuck up. Libero has ult again? Holy shit, yeah he does. So does Sabiobi. Okay. Bomb into the back, caught Mano. New York are going to reset, but they'll have ults to be able to work with. Jonak's in a very advanced position. He's screwed here, isn't he? Are they just going to try and buy time and then commit to this? They are, aren't they? They're not backing off. They're just hanging on, waiting for Mano to get back in, and they'll push aggressive and wait for Mano to reconnect with them if they get pressured. They're so fucking comfortable taking that 5v6. That felt really risky, but maybe it's not. Okay, he's going for the Diva, but he gets hacked. And instantly demeched, and now he's just spending his time as a fucking baby Diva. EMP came through. Libero copied the Zen and tranced, but the trance got 0 value. Okay, I was praising Libero's ults earlier. These ults have been garbage. Just hot garbage. Just fucking copy a tank, dude. Stop trying to be 5-head and just copy a tank.
connect by Libero. Things start falling apart continually here for the Hangzhou Spark as kill after kill come in favor
This
of
is
the
nice though. This is a good
NYXL.
push.
IDK now going to be taken down and shoved way off the point. Is
34
Adora, so they're
seconds.
gonna be able to glide through, but
Decent.
considering
Decent
the
time on the
start,
clock
this
for
is
New
not
York.
bad for Hangzhou Spark as long
It
as
won
they
them the
keep it on
fight.
Blizzard for
It didn't.
4 seconds.
It didn't win them a fight. It didn't do anything.
Libero is potentially
It didn't do anything, man.
that we have in the Overwatch League.
I wouldn't even say
Everyone was full health.
bar none is.
Everyone was full health.
It's like he's playing with.
It looked cool.
instead of
Yeah.
keyboard. Like when you watch him play, it's like he's living a scene from an anime, or he's living through someone's fantasy.
I mean, you could say that it allowed them to push forwards without worrying about taking damage. But they could have done the same thing if they had a Winston. If you just jump a Winston into them, then yeah, you can move forward without taking damage because they're all worried about the Winston on top of them. It ensured that Jonak could hold onto his trance maybe, so they have that for later in the fight. Maybe. Maybe. That's somewhat of an argument that you could make. If you think that Jonak might be forced into popping his trance, you have it available just in case the fight gets hairy. Yeah, I like that idea. That's a decent idea. The problem with that thought process is, though, Godsby actually EMP'd them, and Jonak still didn't trance that, so... And then Libero built up... I don't fucking know. It seems messy. It seems very messy. It seems like most of the time just copying the Winston would be a better idea. They thought Godsby would get EMP before Jonak. He did. Godsby also got EMP before Libero got his trance, so it doesn't make any difference anyway.
And I think that's why they're deciding to do this now. See if they can make it happen again. You can see right now.
I would love to hear the thought processes of some of these teams when they pick their targets. I wonder how many of them are 5-head and how many of them are just... I don't know.
So far, though, very neutral, as you can see.
On the fly.
Zero energy, so even moving up here on.
Okay, so Hangzhou are going to attack with this. Oh, Jonak. Really good peel for him. Great work from Animo. Animo is a really good brig. I'm coming more and more onto the Animo hype train, honestly. The more brig that gets played this season. Sabi will be going down is huge. Godsby again, just fucking hard carrying his team. But New York are about to get big ults up. Oh, great boop. Great whip shot from IDK in midair. Midair whip shot to deny the nano boosted Winston and allow you to play alongside your Amp Matrix as you needed to. But Mano's about to have his primal. And a primal, EMP, rally, these ults are all huge for New York. EMP finds Gushui and Bebe. Almost seems like they're not in a great position to dive, but they are because Libero's there with the fucking incredible tank gameplay. This is why I'm saying, just copy a tank, dude. Just copy a tank. Just copy a tank. They're incredible.
And I don't want to spoil everyone's fun or anything like that, but these shatters are not as impressive as they look. You know, I think every time someone sees a big 2, 3, 4-man
Wolf's saying the shatters aren't that impressive.
You assume, wow, that was the play, like incredible, but it's actually really easy to do that when you're Libero and your echo positioning is insanely good, and you're able to make these flanks happen. I think that's part of the reason why Hangzhou shied away from the Reinhardt on Gibraltar. They're coming back to it here, but once again, it's becoming their
Wolf thinks part of the reason they shied away from Reinhardt on Gibraltar was because Echo was getting more earth shatters. Okay. Well, that's a particular read on the game. Grav onto Animo. Ooh. The Nano was on Mano, but they couldn't get their ults in time. Nice decisive play from Guangzhou. They just throw their ults in there. It's not that impressive because your positioning is really good. I mean, I know what he means, right? Like, if you get to pick where you spawn in as Reinhardt, then no shit, you're gonna get good shatters. You can spawn in away from their shields. But I still think it's very impressive that Libero is able to get huge value every time he turns onto a tank. Like, he has just had fight-winning value repeatedly every time he's used his ultimate to become a tank. That does deserve credit. This is going to be a fucking huge EMP. Oh my god, great scouting from Sashin.
They spot him out this time.
Spotting him out in the flower beds.
Again, next time around, EMP coming through from
EMP, Gushri dies, they're going to kill the lamp. Another enormous shatter from Libero. Fucking pummeling them in the neutral.
Honestly, probably not even necessary.
But it looks cool.
I mean, look, Libero, if you win this, you get player of the match, alright? You don't have to do that. You don't have to try to impress me, okay? I'm already impressed.
Alright, this is
So New York have got... They got Rally to try and survive the next fight. And they've got a nano-boosted Winston. That might buy them enough time to build up an EMP.
That's what I need. So SI.found, if you're awake and you're watching, please get on that, because it will be wonderful, and I trust you to find good enough music for it.
Helios always has all these requests, man.
Okay, Mano's in. Wait, they nanoed Libero? Was that accidental? Maybe not, actually. Maybe they're just trying to build up his ult as quickly as possible. Because Mano's already got the primal anyway.
And it's just another really clean fight victory here.
Is Nano...
For NYXL.
this might sound like an absolute Papega question, but is Nano Echo good? Like, is Nano Echo better than Nano Winston?
This comp has been stopped.
Maybe if you can also primal, then it's good.
I mean, but like
This is where we're at.
I feel like Nano Echo isn't that great against shield comps. I feel like Nano Winston is definitely better, but they did that in order to help their ult cycle. Oh, 5-man EMP, but the rally was popped. Bomb without a shield, Gushri's gonna die. Pretty huge, pretty huge. Really nice ult cycling by New York. This is why dive comps and Sombras are so good. They just cycle these ults around. The ults have so much synergy with each other. The nano helps build up the primal, and the primal wins a fight where you build up the EMP again, and the EMP lets you build up the other ults. It's just so much synergy within the ult cycle. Adora lost him. Adora lost him. And the dive tanks just ping pong off. Oh my god, here we go. Oh. Oh my. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Wait. Did his shatter get cancelled? Both of his shatters got cancelled? Did Libero just build up 2 shatters and get them both cancelled? What the fuck? That's weird. That's weird. Never seen that happen before. Okay, Rally coming out from Animo, but Jonak has died. This is pretty winnable for Hangzhou. Molten Core. Ooh, Mano's gonna pop his primal, so they want to recontest before point B. Nice eat from Hopper. Jonak's gonna respawn, Sabiobi's gonna get in, they're gonna have their EMP, but I don't know here. I think that Hangzhou are still gonna win this one. IDK, Godsby and Adora have got so much health, and they're getting close to Shatter and Grav. I think it's a nice play from New York to delay it and give themselves the opportunity to win, but Hangzhou had everything they needed there to win. And that was really just down to another very powerful rally coming out from IDK. Adora seems like he's been pretty decent in this match, actually. I'm always careful in the back of my mind not to shit on Adora too much, because I really do think that he's not that great, but he's not the worst player in the league, and I don't want him to become like a meme just because he's alongside Godsby, you know? It was a nice EMP from Sabiobi, but Hangzhou have still got a lot of ults to be able to work with. If you can get Hacksaw, why not? Yeah, of course. If you can get Hacksaw, then go for it.
Was so dangerously low. Mono waiting around the corner, but here we go. Libero
Oh, wow.
Nano.
The
Fire
Nano as
strike
well.
does not connect. He's going in for the
Oh.
pin, but they get smacked out of the way. Still manages to get that shatter on.
Oh, he
He
tried to
tries
180 shatter. He
shatter.
tried to
Does not
180
happen.
shatter.
Can he get another one on
Libero
Mono?
is out here
Now
giving
multiple
Gushue
hits
the
to take down Mono, and
disrespect.
Mono gone as well.
Doesn't even respect him enough to look him in the eyes when he shatters. That is, that's some ballsy play coming out from Libero. Last two ults haven't quite been the same quality as the previous ones that he was laying down on the regular, but haven't been dreadful either.
Absolutely need to snowball this. They don't have ults. They only have his energy to rely on to get 3-4 kills they need to close this out.
Libero going over to the McCree for the final hold because he doesn't have as much room to work with. I think Hangzhou are just going to roll this through. I don't think New York have enough. Their ult cycle's been broken. They don't have any ults. Comp is good at slowing things down, but it does need ults. Jonak's going to get Nano. Is it going to be in time? I don't know. With Sashin dead. Sashin dying is huge, actually. Can Mano do enough work with this to clutch? That's the question. Godsby is getting hard pocketed. Hard pocketed. Unbelievably pocketed. Oh, Hangzhou nearly C9'd. They absolutely nearly C9'd. That was so close. They were like milliseconds away from C9 in there. Libero could clutch. Oh, great work. Wow. Loading highlight? NYXL win. That was a great match. That was a great match. Both teams, I think, played that really well. Definitely some things to refine, but overall, great work. I just woke up. What the fuck happened in the Soul game? Soul played like dog shit. Why would you ever not run Libero? Yeah, Libero actually kind of pooed. Kind of pooed.
If he's not, then we'll riot.
Yeah, if he's not player of the match,
I think Libero's just too good not to run this year. Like, all of the metas have revolved around Mei, Echo, or like Sombra, I guess. Like, why would you ever have him subbed out?
So far, I mean, there are some arguments for some of the Western players so far, but in Asia,
as far as I'm concerned,
in Asia, no way, no one comes close. Hangzhou Spark made it easy.
Are they saying that Wolf and Achilles saying that he's the best Echo? I think that Fleder played really well tonight as well. I think that Fleder was close. I think I would give it to Libero, but yeah. What heroes does Nene play? Tracer, Widow, McCree, Soldier, Sombra, Zarya. What else, chat? How is Libero's Genji? Pretty good. Pretty good. Not as good as who I use, but pretty good. Yeah, Nene's not actually in Korea right now. It's in New York. All hit scans? Yeah, Nene's a hit scan player. Wolf is saying by far best Echo is Libero. They were saying by far best Echo in Asia is Libero. But I don't really agree with that. I think that Fleder played a really good Echo earlier today. But I would say that Libero was probably a bit better tonight. Who else has been good? I thought EQO was really good, actually. But we didn't see enough of him to get a great read. Rascal was good. Does Chipsa play tomorrow? Definitely, definitely. Nico has been decent on Echo. Yeah, Nico was alright, actually.
How well do you think the level of plays has improved in Overwatch among the pros? If The bottom teams and OWL were transported back a few years to compete in the early seasons of Apex. How well do you think they would do?
In the early seasons of Apex, if you gave them time to figure out the meta, I think they would fucking dominate. Like, unbelievably dominate. Oh wait, you mean the bottom teams, like Boston. Oh shit, I was thinking about the top teams. If the bottom teams went back in time.
I think we're gonna see more of this Reinhardt, Zarya, McCree, and obviously most of the time with Torbjorn.
I do think that the skill level has gone up a lot.
I don't think this is the last we've seen of this. I don't think Hangzhou is unique in that they're the only team doing this right now. I think
Like in the first season of Apex, I don't think people were even playing the best comps. But I think the teams were still alright. I think the bottom level OWL teams right now
We need a
would...
larger sample size here to be able to, quite determine that. I just found it adorable that you said the game's tomorrow in NA.
Okay, can I remove Boston Uprising? Because they're a huge outlier. Can we put the Toronto Defiant or the Houston Outlaws in? Because if you put the Toronto Defiant or the Houston Outlaws right now, back in Apex Season 1, I think they win. If you give them time to figure out the meta. Because they just understand the game at a much better level than people did back then. Like a much better level. Their team coordination is so good, all of that kind of stuff. They'd absolutely dominate. But Boston is such an outlier of shitness that I don't know where they would finish. I think they'd look good, but I don't think they would win.